welcome to At the Disney Movies with the Hearts.
I'm Kelly.
I'm David.
And this week, it's Christmas time with Michael Caine, but I don't remember a single thing.
Yes, it's The Muppets, A Christmas Carol from 1992.
Ah, humbug. He was the greediest man alive.
It's Ebenezer Scrooge.
Until the night he met someone extraordinary.
Hello.
The Muppet Christmas Carol.
I'll drink to Mr. Scrooge, even though he is odious and stingy and badly dressed.
Humbug.
So, you've seen this before, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But this is a great story with I'm going to be very generous and say so-so execution. It has the god Michael Caine.
With respect, Master Wayne, perhaps this is a man you don't fully understand either.
Here's my thing. I just never really watched The Muppets as a kid at all. So...
I think that's a huge problem because...
And I acknowledge that. I fully acknowledge that.
But see, here's the thing. Is to me, they are throwing away the rich and powerful world of the Muppets to tell an old story, and now I realize that's the same problem with Treasure Island. When there are original Muppets movies that take full advantage of the amazing cast of characters and creatures, the Muppets are amazing. But if you use the Muppets as a Disney tool to tell an old story, they're garbage.
Correct, sir.
It's just shoehorning the story into the Muppets or the Muppets into the story, and it doesn't really...
That's what I mean. How can you have Gonzo? Gonzo cannot be the narrator. Are you kidding me? Gonzo was an amazing, crazy, he's supposed to be wacky off the top rope. And here he's supposed to be the serious narrator of this story from England.
I prefer... Of any version of the Christmas Carol, I prefer the Mickey's Christmas Carol because...
Yeah, that's better.
Because Uncle whatever his name is. What's his name?
Uncle Scrooge.
Scrooge McDuck, right?
Yeah, Uncle McDuck, Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, he's Scrooge McDuck, yeah.
So that makes sense, obviously.
Yeah,
and he's all about money.
Scrooge.
It makes sense. And it makes sense to have little old Mickey be Bob Cratchit and whatever, sir.
And Michael Caine is amazing in this movie.
Oh, he's amazing, and he's literally he could be like, I play tree number 2 in this movie, and he'd be like, he'd be saying, oh my gosh, that's the most amazing tree number 2 I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think once we get into this, we'll kind of understand why this movie is as bad as it is, and the next one is as bad as it is. Because, Kelly, go ahead and read the synopsis.
Okay, The Muppet Christmas Carol. Drama, family, comedy, fantasy, musical. So many genres. It's genre-rific.
Genre-rific.
Is that an actor? My name is John Riffick. 'Tis the season for love, laughter, and one of the most cherished stories of all time. Is it though? Join Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, and all the hilarious Muppets in this merry, magical version of Charles Dickens' classic tale. Michael Caine gives a performance that's anything but bah humbug. As greedy, penny-pinching Ebenezer Scrooge. One fateful Christmas Eve, Scrooge is visited by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. Together with kind, humble Bob Cratchit and his family, these spirits open Scrooge's eyes and his heart to the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, really, Kermit is a Bob Cratchit.
Well, that's why Mickey is way better in Mickey's Christmas Carol, because he's like, oh, whatever you say, Mr. Scrooge, like, he's just...
And Kermit the Frog is always Kermit the Frog, and it just doesn't work.
Kermit would have been better as Charles Dickens.
Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, Gonzo would have been a much, much, much better Bob Cratchit.
Or the Rat?
No, the Rat's terrible. The Rat can eat a dick. I hated the Rat in this movie. Rizzo should have been drowned in a bucket and thrown out.
You mean in the ice bucket he fell in?
Yeah, I as a matter of fact, all the Gonzo and Rizzo scenes, I hated. I hated purely.
Well,
which is not what you're supposed to do with Gonzo in a movie.
All of the rat scenes in Muppet Treasure Island, if we're comparing Muppet Disney to Muppet Disney, were like the best parts of that movie. And they would have been better if they would have had, like, little rat scenes all throughout. Cause
remember, this was the first movie.
I know.
Which is what we're going to roll this up into, is this is Brian Henson's, the lesser, sad brother of Jim.
I thought he was the son.
Or son, or whatever.
Yeah, he's
it doesn't
the
matter.
son of
It doesn't
Jim
matter.
Henson, yeah.
Whatever. The lesser spawn of Henson that directed this movie that had no business doing so.
Well,
I mean, because other than this and Muppet Treasure Island, he's done nothing other than be the voice of Hoggle, which is his greatest accomplishment.
I mean, yeah, it's Hoggle.
Yeah, he's Hoggle.
Shows what you know, don't it?
But it had all the original Muppet people. The writer, Jerry Jewell, he was like the OG Muppets writer, worked with Jim Henson.
Yeah. And the writing I have no problem with. It's just the story. It's a Christmas story. That's what it's supposed to be. But it's the execution of this movie that makes me just want to vomit.
Oh, you mean all the songs that you can't remember any of them?
No. And then I was like, wait, what song am I listening to right now? What? Every time a song happened, my mind wandered so far that I almost forgot what I was watching.
It would have been better if they did actual Christmas songs.
So here's a interesting thought experiment for the both of us. So we're watching this in the last throes of summer. Is that what maybe one of the biggest problems?
No, because I remember I watched this, I think it was last year during Christmas, because I was like, oh, it's on, like, I'll just watch this for, like, a Christmas movie, and I was not really into it.
Okay. I just thought, because I'll tell you right now, when it's this hot and this miserable, Christmas seems like the furthest possible thing from my mind.
Yeah, but if a Christmas movie is good, it's kind of good anytime.
Okay.
And I don't think that the Christmas thing is the issue. I think that it's just the story is so done so many times, and that I just wish they would have just kept with. There was only really 2 songs in the movie that I liked, and I just wish they would have kept with regular Christmas songs.
Wow, 2. That's incredible.
Well, 2 out of like 10.
For the actors, I'm only listing Michael Caine.
Yeah,
and that's Cider House Rules, Batman, The Italian Job, the original Italian Job. He's one of, again with Michael Keaton, one of the greatest of all time.
Okay, but the best Michael Caine is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Michael Caine. That's one of my. That's a great movie. Okay. You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
No, that he's great in that.
Do you really think you can get him to walk again?
Oh, I will have him running, jumping, shouting, screaming. Oh, my name isn't Dr. Emil Schaffhausen.
To me, Cider House Rules and The Italian Job and Batman are kind of peak Michael Caine, but.
Well, I do love him in the new Batman movies. He's really good as Alfred.
He's great as Alfred. I mean, him as Alfred is putting Alfred as such an over-the-top character of power and prestige that it's almost not funny. But it's the best you could ever do. It's ridiculous. Oh, here's this debonair pimp as Alfred.
Yeah, but he's lovable and
he is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But if you watch Cider House Rules, that's where you get all the lovability and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, he's just Michael Caine. Like, he's Michael Caine for being Michael Caine.
And everybody else who does the voices of everything, they're all fine, but I'm not going to list them because they're nobody.
I mean, they're just all the original Muppet people.
Yeah, it's... God love you, but I'm not going through your IMDb.
Okay. Do you have any fun facts?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So...
Go ahead then.
So, the original Michael Caine should have been George Carlin, which would have made this movie amazing. George Carlin would have been the best, angriest, meanest Scrooge, but it probably wouldn't have been suitable to be a Disney movie, if you ask me.
Fair enough. This was originally planned to be a TV special, as it probably should have been.
Oh, yeah, it was the quality of a TV special, absolutely. Which is kind of what the Muppets at this point were. Don't get me wrong.
It would have been better as a TV special.
Yeah. Another one I have is that Miss Piggy was supposed to be Christmas Present. Originally.
Like the Ghost of Christmas?
Yes.
That would have been amazing.
It would have been way better.
The Ghost of Christmas Present was fine, but I mean,
but Miss Piggy was wasted on this movie. Completely wasted.
Yeah.
Miss Piggy is supposed to be...
the best character ever?
Yeah, she's the best, most powerful character of the Muppets. And they just wasted her as a totally meek housewife who kind of has a little balls at the end, which is fun. But, oh, come on.
So maybe Kermit could have been the ghost of Christmas past, and then she could have been the ghost of Christmas present, and they, like, meet and have a little, like, funny scene when they're, like, handing him over or whatever. That would have been funny.
And Meeker could have been Christmas future.
Yeah, something like I don't, yeah, the Christmas future
They just
thing.
they could have done better. The ghosts not being Muppets is a huge waste of the gigantic Muppets universe.
Yeah. It's just kind of strange.
It pisses me off. Like, there are so many mistakes in this movie, I just can't get over it.
This is the first production to exclude Muppet characters from Sesame Street.
Oh. No Big Bird. There was no Elmo at this time, but no Cookie Monster, and which is a shame because
Cookie Monster could have been the ghost of Christmas present. I mean,
absolutely. Cookie Monster is the ultimate ghost of Christmas present. All he cares about is what's in front of his face right now.
If it's cookies.
That's what makes Cookie Monster the pimp. Well, if it's not cookies, he wants to know where the cookies are.
Yeah.
Cookie Monster is the best.
Do you have any other fun facts?
Yes, Michael Caine had a 7-year-old daughter when he made this movie.
That's why he did it.
When he was in his 50s. He was born in 1933. He was old. I'm just saying that Michael Caine.
Well, and I didn't write it down, but this is apparently his most beloved role that he did. That he loves this role the most. Apparently.
I guarantee you that's not literally true. It's just what he says to people for his kids and his grandkids.
I think for him, probably because, he was an adult when the Muppets were a thing, and it's, the Muppets, it's a thing. But after this?
No.
Yeah, he was Alfred after this.
I got it. But he was in the Italian Job. The real Italian Job. He was the lead character in that movie.
I gotcha.
This guy is 100 characters that aren't this character.
I think he just really likes Jim Henson.
I think he's a lying who's placating his children, and I could not believe that he's not dead. I 100% thought he was dead.
No, he's still kicking.
Yeah, that's amazing. But he's not acting.
Okay. So Michael Caine, him and Betty White are counterparts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're going to live until they're 500, so it's fine.
They're going to outlive us all.
Yeah, probably.
Outlive us all.
Probably, yeah. I mean, the whole world is going to go into mourning when Betty White dies, so it's fine.
Do we want to do the fastest plot summary of all time?
Real quick, though, I had a couple more fun facts. I'll be really quick.
That is so fun.
This is so fun. This is the only adaptation where Charles Dickens appears as a character of this Christmas Carol story.
But really, he appeared as a character because they couldn't find another reason for Gonzo to narrate.
I don't know.
Ugh.
And then the other one I had was that this film did have a Grammy nomination for Best Children's Musical Album.
Ugh. Oh.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that makes me want to puke. I'm with you.
Yeah, I guess we'll
let's get into it. Muppet Christmas Carol.
Carl.
La, la, la. So we get this Gonzo Rizzo open that's terrible. Rizzo really kills the movie.
Yeah, he's kind of just obnoxious in this, and he's you're not Charles Dickens, and Gonzo's like, yes, I am. I know.
Yeah, and Rizzo's in every scene knocking it down, which knocks the movie down.
Well, but he's literally knocking things down.
Well, that's what I mean.
That's his whole bit.
His whole thing is he's knocking everything down, he's knocking everything back. If they would have cut Rizzo out of this movie, it would have been 25% better.
Yeah, or just had him doing
nothing. He doesn't need to be involved.
He could have been like Bob Cratchit's nephew.
No, if you would have just had Gonzo and no Rizzo, it would have been much better.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, I would have gone ahead and say, this is a good movie with no Rizzo.
Maybe. So they start the story and we get the We Hate Scrooge song, whatever it is called.
Scrooge is getting worse.
But, this is the one, I kind of didn't hate this song.
Yeah, no, it's industrial, it's cool, it's terrible.
They're just, singing about how horrible Scrooge is.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, there goes Mr. Humbug. There goes Mr. Grim.
If they gave a prize for being mean, the winner would be him. Old Scrooge, he loves his money 'cause he thinks it gives him power.
And we meet him, and he tells Cratchit to gift wrap the eviction notices on Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah, because
December is foreclosure season. It's like his favorite time of the year.
Yeah, and so Kermit is Bob Cratchit, and there's all these other rats that are working.
Employees, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not part of the original story.
Yeah, I actually kind of thought that added.
No, it did, but
it was better.
That was fine.
Because Cratchit alone in the original story makes it
just
stupid and sadder. And then we get Scrooge's nephew Fred, the liberal, poor Christmas hippie.
Yeah, he literally comes in and he's like, "Ooh, uncle," and he's the daffiest you've ever seen. He's like, "Oh, my uncle, he's so great." But I've never really understood that character in this Charles Dickens story.
Well, the whole thing is supposed to be, hey, this is the example you should be following. Is this guy, he gave to your charity even though he's poor. He's a happy person. You're an unhappy... maybe you need to loosen up a bit.
I understand that, but it's just, I don't know. That whole thing is just...
And then he's like, oh, the prisons and the poorhouses. That's where all the people should be kept. No charity from Scrooge when the charity people come in.
He's so mean in this opening.
Yeah, he's very mean.
But it's Michael...
But it's perfect for Scrooge.
Well, yeah, but it's not really believable because it's Michael Caine.
Yeah, but it's still perfect for an old British guy. And then he makes fun of Fred for falling in love. He's like, oh, that's the only thing that's more stupid than Christmas is falling in love. You fell in love with some... you idiot.
Pretty much. And then Fred leaves and Cratchit is all, sir, can I have Christmas Day off?
Can we have Christmas Day
off? All the other
Which
rats,
is actually what makes me like it more is the we factor. It's like, hey, everybody.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, I'll give you a half an hour off. And then it's like, no, but you pickpocketed me for this day that I'm going to give you all off.
Well, because Cratchit, not Kermit, is...
Cramit.
Yeah, pretty much. Cratchit.
Cramit the frog.
is like bartering with him. He's saying, oh, well, you'll use less coal for the fire because no one else is open. And, he's not wrong. Because anybody that has their business open on Christmas, like, what are you doing with your life?
And truly, other than a couple of service industries, everybody should have the week between New Year's and Christmas off. And service industry people should be given an extra week off somewhere else.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Pretty much. But that's not a thing.
No, but it should be, and maybe it will be soon enough.
Or, pretty much everywhere, in the rest of, like, Europe, where they take the whole month off, basically.
Or where they take a month in the summer off per person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Yeah. So...
Capitalism.
We're not jealous of the UK people out there. It's fine. I don't care. Scrooge leaves, and then we get a weird song of One More Sleep Till Christmas of Kermit singing.
And this is where that awful expression came from.
This many more sleeps till... So I actually didn't...
This many sleeps till whatever.
I didn't realize that.
This has to be where it came from.
It probably is.
Because I was immediately angry when I heard this.
I know you hate it so much.
Oh no. This is where it started. I want to strangle everybody.
Whoa.
David really hates it when anybody says, oh, this many more sleeps till us.
Yeah, really, that was a bug. I killed it. It just, I can't with the sleeps till blank.
This many more sleeps. Hey, David.
It's 5 more sleeps until football season.
David, guess what?
What?
It's like, what is today? 24 more sleeps until me. Okay. So, after we get the Kermit Sleep Till Christmas song, David hates it. Scrooge goes home and his doorknob turns into Jacob Marley for a hot second. He's freaked out. He goes inside. Oh, I'm gonna have my bread by the fire.
Yeah, but he's also ready to kill any shadow that comes in.
Yeah, why in all these old films is everyone wearing hats when they go to sleep? They're like, this is my nightcap.
It's cold.
I guess. I don't know.
If you didn't have heat and you only had the fire, you need to wear a hat because it's cold.
Sure.
No,
Okay.
definitely. That's how you keep warm. Like, if the power goes out, you put a hat on. Or a beanie, really. Like, I understand. You don't understand that because your hair is so thick that you don't need to ever do that.
I make my own hats.
But for us, regular folk, yeah, a hat will keep you warmer. As a matter of fact, a hat and a scarf will keep you warmer than a coat.
Probably.
No, definitely. That's where your heat comes out, is your neck and your head.
Yeah. And then we meet the ghosts of Marley and the other Marley, which they changed to make the old guys, which is one of the better things they did in this movie. The old guys.
Yeah.
Whatever
I didn't realize that there wasn't two Marleys.
No,
before.
there's only one.
Yeah.
It's just.
So we get Jake and Bob Marley.
There's only Jacob Marley. The Bob Marley thing was added.
Yeah, okay.
But then they sing their song, and it's the two old guys who are always providing commentary.
Well,
in the
they're
Muppets.
always up in the top back seats heckling.
Yeah. And the Marley and Marley song...
One of the best things about the Muppet Show.
...was the only other song that I liked. The Marley and Marley.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good... Marley and Marley was good.
Why do you come to me?
We're Marley and Marley, avarice and greed. We took advantage of the poor, just ignored the needy. We specialized in causing pain, spreading fear and doubt.
That was...
And then they tell him, oh, you'll be haunted by 3 spirits. Expect the first at 1 a.m. when the bell tolls.
Can I meet them all at once and get it over with?
Yeah. But then we get the 1900-year-old ghost. Which looks like a baby and is the weirdest, most thing that I hated the most about this.
Okay. So instead of having a cute Muppet, you're going to have this creepy child ghost. Like, oh, reach out and touch my hand. And she holds up her, like, plastic hand. Like, reach out and touch it.
So you couldn't have taken one of the Muppets as a Muppet baby and made it this ghost? It would have been 100 times better as, like, Muppet Baby Fozzie or Muppet Baby Gonzo. That would have been a better use for Gonzo. Muppet Baby Gonzo is the ghost of Christmas past.
Or, like my original idea... Kermit is the ghost of Christmas past, and Miss Piggy is Christmas present.
Muppet Baby Kermit would have been awesome at this.
Or just regular Kermit.
No, Muppet Baby. If it's gonna be a baby,
it doesn't have to be a baby.
But it needs to be a Muppet Baby. You got to understand that before this, the most popular Muppet things, they were coming off the popularity of Muppet Babies, which is really the best Muppet thing that they've ever done. They should have had a Muppet Baby in this movie.
Fair enough. So they fly into Scrooge's childhood. He's a lonely child, doesn't have any family, doesn't have any friends. Oh, I'm sad.
He works at school over Christmas breaks.
Yeah, and he gets to be an adult, and they go to Fozziewag, not Fezziwag, because in Charles Dickens' story,
I had no idea.
Yeah, I think it's Fezziwag.
Yeah, but it's Fozziewag for this rubber chicken thing. And they're at the Christmas party and...
Wait, what? Rubber chicken thing?
Rubber Chicken Factory.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
a rubber chicken factory? Yeah. Oh, okay, I understand. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, they have the Christmas party and not Bob Cratchit, but Scrooge is like, oh, do you know how much this is costing us? Blah, 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 blah. And Fozzie's like, off, dude.
I don't care.
It's Christmas.
Exactly. It's Christmas. It comes once a year. Calm down. It'll be fine.
Yeah, chill yourself out.
And he meets... Belle. Whoever that is. Well, and it just worked so much better as the Mickey Mouse one.
And he could have Belle, but he wouldn't marry her because money, so she left on Christmas Eve again.
He's like, oh, it's not even enough for a proper house, and it's just like, just marry her, and then buy a house later.
Yeah,
it's
just
fine.
get it on. And clearly he had enough to buy like 3 houses at that point because he was partner and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he just couldn't do it.
Well, that's normal in the stories. He cared about his money more than Belle.
And this is where he starts freaking out, and he's like, don't blame... And the ghost is like, don't blame the ghost. He's like, oh, don't show me this. You're killing me. So the 2 o'clock ghost, the ghost of Christmas Present, shows up.
Which is the best ghost.
And he's like, come in and know me, man.
Yeah, he kept saying, come know me better. Or like, come in here.
No, he said, come know me, man. That was his thing.
I don't know, but he was the big whatever Muppet, the big jolly Muppet that I'm sure is some kind of Muppet.
Yeah. I didn't recognize him, but...
But, I mean, that's in the Mickey Mouse one, the Ghost of Christmas Present is also the big giant guy who's all, that's the whole thing, is this is the present, everything is perfect, happy.
Well, yeah, this Muppet's whole thing is like everything right now.
Did I already say that?
You did, yeah.
I am the Ghost of Christmas Present. This is the night before the dawn, before the day of Christmas. Did I tell you that I am the Ghost of Christmas Present?
You did, yeah.
Come in and know me better, man.
Yeah, and so he's,
So they go to Fred's Christmas party where they make a joke about what's the best thing that's not here? It's Scrooge.
Yeah, and he's all, well, okay, and the one funny part about this was Michael Caine, when they were guessing for the game, and he's like, I said it first. Like, they can't see you, dude. You know this. They can't see you.
Yeah.
But he's
destroyed by them being like, the best thing that here is him.
Okay, this is my whole problem with Christmas Carol as a story. He's all to everyone, and then he acts all offended when they don't like him, and it's...
Honey, people don't necessarily have self-awareness.
I know, but it's just...
Sometimes people need to be shown.
If he was such a jerk, why would he even care?
Because when you show somebody how much of a piece of they are, it destroys them.
I guess. I think that's part of my problem with Christmas Carol in general. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Because you're not a piece of
No.
If somebody showed you how big of a piece of and you had any empathy, you'd be like,
I don't know. So they go to the other part of Christmas Present. Oh, and there was another song in here, by the way, about Christmas morning. Like, Christmas morning, it's so jolly, blah, 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 blah. But it was some other kind of song.
Oh, yeah.
But then they go to Bob Cratchit's house, Kermit Cratchit.
And they see, like, the pig girls, and then he sees Tiny Tim, and he's basically, like, completely because he sees Tiny Tim, and then he sees how tiny of a feast they have because he pays them so little, and this just like completely destroys Ebenezer Scrooge.
He's like, oh my god, Tiny Tim, blah blah blah, and
this is where I have bad song at Cratchit's.
Yeah,
this is where the bad song comes in, where they're like thankful or something.
Bless us all.
Yeah,
because it's Tiny Tim singing about God bless us everyone. Blah,
and
blah,
he's
blah.
like, will Tiny Tim live? And he's like hit hard by the fact that he won't live. And then, all of a sudden, the Ghost of Christmas Present is super old, and we are introduced to the Ghost of Christmas Future, who doesn't talk and is just
death.
a hole.
It's death. That was that was in the Mickey one. It's also death, but it actually is Pete, which was amazing. But
Death Pete is good.
But the Ghost of Christmas Future is always death. That's the whole thing, is that it's death. I want you to do that. Or I should say, this is the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come.
Yet to come.
Show you.
Do you mean the future?
And basically, it's the Ghost of Christmas Future is showing him, oh, you're dead, because apparently, if you are not selfish, you're going to live longer.
Yeah, you'll have a better life if you're not a selfish.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even though technically the opposite is usually true, unfortunately. I hate to say that.
So the ghost takes him down a weird, trippy spiral tunnel.
Of people, like, making fun of him when he's dead.
Yeah, and saying, oh, no one's going to come to that funeral. And they're selling his curtains and his bed sheets and stuff to a spider Muppet of some kind.
Yep.
Which doesn't really make any sense. And
then he's back at the Cratchits. He sees that Tim kicked the bucket, and he's horribly sad. He's just like, oh my god, I can't believe Tiny Tim died.
Please let this change. So then they go to the graveyard and he sees his grave. He's like, oh, spirit, don't let it
change. I'm a changed man.
And then he's back in his bed.
He wakes up in the now, man.
It's Christmas Day, and he just can't even handle it. He's so excited. He's just grateful.
The same rabbit that he spiked the wreath on, he told him to go get the prize turkey, which is just, are you kidding me? That rabbit would have in the turkey.
Yeah, he's like, okay. And so he's going all about and be shopping. Or Scrooge's be shopping, I should say. He's just out there shopping, buying everybody presents. He buys the mice that are singing cheese. He buys everybody he's ever seen a present. And everyone's like, okay, Scrooge is great now.
He buys coal for the bookkeepers.
I mean, because basically, just if you have money, people will love you. That's the message, really, of this
Which
film.
is true in real life, but...
Yeah.
Thank you. 50 times. And a Merry Christmas.
Here's your turkey, Mr. Scrooge.
Follow me, lad.
With a thankful heart, with an endless joy, with a growing family, every girl and boy will be nephew and niece to me. Nephew and niece to me. We'll bring love.
And he goes to Cratchit's house and he says, I'm going to give you a raise. And then,
I'm going to pay your mortgage.
Yeah, which, okay.
Yeah, I would love that. Anybody who wants to pay my mortgtage, come on over. I'll do whatever you want.
Subscribe to our Patreon that doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah, or really just come on over because I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, just pay it. Your giant mortgage.
Yeah.
Crippling mortgage.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim mortgage.
Yeah.
Okay. It gives them a fat turkey, and then there's a...
God bless us, everyone.
Well, yeah, it's the Love We Found song. And then it's like the end of the movie. Because, it's a Christmas movie with 0 Christmas songs. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. Really, this is the most logical Disney movie of all time.
No, it's not. I hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either, but it's just middle of the road. So, what was your favorite part of this movie?
So I guess I kind of have to really just the old men Marleys at the beginning, the Marley Marley, blah 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 blah.
I like the end of Christmas Present. I thought that was cool that he got old and died right on the scene. I thought that was nice.
Oh, and then it transitioned into
gotcha. Not the transition, just the part where Christmas Present gets old and dies. I like that.
I guess my second favorite part is, anything that has Miss Piggy in it, but she was barely in the movie. So.
Yeah, which is a huge waste. For me, it was the Tiny Tim scenes. Anything with poor little Tiny Tim.
Why?
Because he's terrible. He's a little
disabled Kermit.
Little Kermit. Yeah.
That's how science works.
It is.
Pigs and frogs make more pigs and frogs.
Well, it's a pig. It's a frog. It's a boy. It's a pig. It's a girl.
Right, because that's
how science works.
That's how science works. Okay.
Anything else?
No. I didn't really like anything much about this movie.
I was going to throw the angry Scrooge scenes in as just a...
At the beginning?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. The music was terrible.
That's what most people like about this movie. So
Is it really?
I think so. That's what most people like about Muppet movies. But you have Scrooge, which I enjoy.
I can't remember any of them.
So you have Scrooge, which was the opening song of, he's this and he's that and he's terrible and blah, blah. I can't really remember it, but I remember thinking, this is fine. You have One More Sleep Till Christmas, which is David's
least favorite of all time.
Marley and Marley, which I thought was fine. That was fine. My favorite part. When Love Is Gone, don't remember it. It Feels Like Christmas, don't remember it. Bless Us All, which was the Tiny Tim song.
Yep.
And then Thankful Heart, which was the end
More
song.
Tiny Tim, yeah.
Yeah. Don't remember.
So our main character is Scrooge. He's a 9 out of 10 of modern CEOs of horribleness.
It's just Scrooge is Scrooge. He's not meant to be a good character.
He's your Richard Branson, Elon Musk.
Michael Caine is...
Jeff Bezos type.
He's the best Scrooge you could possibly be.
Yeah.
He's also the villain of his own story.
So for the villain, it's the exact same answer. Our side characters of Cratchit, Tiny Tim, the ghosts, all are kind of...
it's just hard
garnish on the plate.
This whole story has been done so many times.
In so many places. It is a little out. I'm not going to
I just wish
disagree.
They would... Yeah, it's just not my thing. But I just...
But, was it out in 1992? Probably not. Probably not. No, probably not. You've seen 80 things since then. That's why I say that.
prefer the Mickey Mouse version.
And the big problem after Jim Henson died is the Muppets are not meant to tell old stories.
They need their own stories.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Muppet Treasure Island. Oh, Muppet A Christmas Carol. You gotta be kidding me.
Well, and a lot of people love them, and it's fine, but it's just not.
Yeah, but they just don't know what they're looking at.
They're just wrong.
The cinematography's fine. Who cares?
No, it's kind of crappy. Like, honestly, this feels like it should have been a TV special, like they originally meant it to be.
No, it's a 1992 Muppet movie. They just didn't have quite the technology at the time. It's fine.
It's not great.
For a surprise or disappointment, I'll throw them both in. This movie's slow. And it's only an hour and 20 minutes long, and I wanted to hang myself at about 30 minutes in.
More like 14 minutes in.
Yeah.
I guess I'm disappointed.
Because 14 minutes in was when I got my second drink.
Yep. That's why I said that. I'm just disappointed, I guess, in my parents for not making me watch more Muppets things growing up.
The Muppets things were all way before your time, though.
Yeah, but they had reruns.
No, way before your time.
I don't know. I just don't really have any feelings about the Muppets ever at all because I like Miss Piggy. That's about it. But I mean, I just don't. Yeah, I just don't really care about anything else with the Muppets.
Yeah. So for a quotable line, mine's only one more sleep till Christmas.
Why is that quotable for you? You hate it.
Well, right, but it spurred an entire generation of only blank more sleeps until blank.
I know. I even think I said that last Christmas. I was like 3 days before Christmas. I was, David, only 3 more sleeps till Christmas.
Yeah, and I wanted to throw up. You want to remake this movie, Kelly?
No. Give me my quotes or lines. Let us. I don't know what I wrote. Let us dead with eviction.
You stopped me from going to the next category when you had no idea what we were going to say.
Kelly. Okay, with eviction notices for tomorrow, and then Cratchit's all, sir, it's Christmas, and he says, Michael Caine, Scrooge says, good, you may gift wrap them.
Okay, yeah, we covered that earlier, but okay.
That's a quote I like.
It is, it's good. It's very good. To remake this movie, I'm just moving right along. There's no reason.
Stop making the same stories.
Yeah.
Remake bad things.
Yeah.
Nobody needs another Christmas Carol. Nobody needs another
Muppets movie.
No, no more Muppet movies. Stop with the Muppets. It's enough. They're just...
Well, no, you can do Muppets, but they need to be original Muppets movies. So recommending this movie maybe at Christmas, but really no.
I think it's fine at Christmas time to have on in the background, maybe while you're baking cookies with your kids, or
great time to watch this movie is in the background.
Yeah, just while maybe if you're having people over for Christmas, just have it on in the background for the kids or anybody that just kind of doesn't want to hang out. It's a Christmas movie. It's fine.
Did you find a budget for this movie, Kelly?
Oof. So the budget for this movie was only $12 million.
Yeah.
Which is really low, actually, but they made cumulatively $32 million.
Which to me seems low for what they really made with a lot of syndication of this movie, but whatever. So Kelly, if you were going to give this movie a rating, what would you give it?
So, I know that it's not going to be in line with what the people feel about this movie because everybody fucking loves this movie. I know that. But I just knowing when I watched it last year, I had it on, I just wasn't really into it at all for Christmas. And that was during Christmas. And I just was, it's okay.
Yeah, and then in the summer, it gets like a 20-point deduction at least.
So I gave this movie a 35%.
Oh, well, we're right in the same line. I gave it a 41, so I think I gave it a little bump for Michael Caine and for...
Oh, well, the 35 is only with Michael Caine. If it didn't have Michael Caine and it had another Muppet or somebody else, it would have been a 15%. But...
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie?
Probably a 95%. Let's be honest.
Okay, so it's not that great, but the critics give it 76 and the people give it 86, which is just What the f*** did you just watch?
Okay,
Is this people reviewing it at Christmas time and feeling better about themselves?
If you're gonna watch a Christmas movie, watch Home Alone, watch Christmas Story, watch Christmas. There's like a million other Christmas movies that are way better than this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The Mickey's Christmas Carol is 95% better than this, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But
just don't watch this dumb. It's because it's stupid.
What do I know? I don't know anything.
Kelly doesn't know anything.
I mean, I do know.
It's time for Kelly's favorite part of the podcast.
Mean, I know that it's that. What?
Oh, whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Well, I closed out something I meant to go into.
I'm scared.
Yeah. So we got number 400, which is Frozen 2.
Oh,
so that doesn't
we
count.
already watched it. Too bad.
Too bad, so sad, with lots of bad music. Into the boom boom. So instead we get 135, Return to Witch Mountain. We're getting a repeat of things that we just knocked down.
Oh my god! Third time's the charm. Maybe we'll get a better number this time.
Is it? Could we? Could we do?
What is it? What's the number?
302.
So it's in the 2000s.
Yep.
I have no idea because
I don't either. Even though I feel like maybe I should know what this is.
Oh god, I'm scared.
So number 302 was from 2007. It is Enchanted. Kelly made a face. Or her face is.
Oh my god.
She loves it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Sure, I'm sure it's great.
Wait, you really don't know what this is?
No, I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I don't have a recollection of where, or why this movie is.
I have 100% seen this many times. So what do you think it's about, David? Because I already know.
It's some broad who's enchanted.
Could do better. Do better than that. What's this about, David?
It's some broad who's the daughter of a king who's enchanted. I have no idea. How am I supposed to know?
So do you think it's live action or animated?
It's got to be animated.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so it's live action.
Is it though?
And it has Lindsay Lohan and
the
lady from Princess Diaries.
No, there's no Lindsay Lohan. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have no idea. Well, how am I supposed to know what Enchanted is? In a period of time when I was like a semi-adult, I don't know anything about Disney. In 2007, are you nuts?
I think this movie's great, but whatever, it's fine.
Maybe I do too, but I just haven't, I don't know yet because I've never heard of it and I've never seen it.
I don't want to bust out into song, but that's fine, I won't.
Into the unknown!
No. More something else. I won't do it. I won't spoil it for you.
Okay, fine. So if you'd like to follow us on social media, send us an email, blah, 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 at the Disney Movies at gmail.com, at the Disney Movies on social media.
Please, if you've enjoyed this broadcast this evening, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, maximum number of stars.
Yeah, if it's 5, if it's 10, whatever the stars count is.
Just give them to us all, because why not? It doesn't cost you a penny.
Give us your stars, or we will come and hunt you down and take your stars and put them on our reviews.
That's damn right.
Get it. And I'm really excited to watch Enchanted.
Yeah. So, we'll see you next week. This has been At the Disney Movies with the Hearts.
I'm Kelly.
I'm David.
Bye!
What?
You never seen Enchanted. What's wrong with you?
I don't even know what it is.
It's fine. You don't have to know. You just need to know that it's great. It's fine.
It has the lady from Princess Diaries.
No, it doesn't. Sorry, Luke.
Luke says, I don't understand muggy. What's a muggy?
This might be like the least amount of notes I've taken on a movie.
Oh, this is certainly the least amount of notes I've ever taken on a movie.
I don't know if it'll be rough and tough.
It's gonna be rough and tough.
We'll make it fun. It'll cast.
Be fun cast. Tiny Tim in the morning, Seattle. Okay, are you ready? Do you have your things? Do you have your stew?
No, I'm not ready.
Okay, good, because neither am I.
I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs waiting for the mailman to leave and you to do the dinner and do this whole thing, and no. Bye-bye, mailman.
Now do you know what you're going to say?
Oh, I got distracted again. Okay, no, I pulled up the synopsis, but...